As a mother of black children, I know that black boys are not given the presumption of innocence and the presumption of youth. For me, what was interesting was I have had to be in the position where I have gone to my local police department because I know my son is going to be training for the Junior Olympics, running around the neighborhood in an all-white neighborhood, and I have brought him to the police and said, he belongs to me. This is my son. Do not harass him. Do not stop him. So she was doing what so many black mothers do.
It's very scary to see that some places like Florida have what they call this stand your ground.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and back to a brand new video. I know what you're thinking, Chuck, where the hell have you been? It's been like a month. And you're right, it has been a month since my last long form video, but I have been uploading shorts frequently, 7 to 8 to be exact, since my last long form video. So even though I don't always have the time to do a long form video, I do give you guys at least 2, sometimes 3 to 4 videos a day in shorts. So check those out if you get a chance. But today I have the time, and Sunny Hostin is the gift that keeps on giving, which is why I'm doing this video, because when I watched this, I just couldn't stop laughing and I was like, we gotta talk about it. So let's talk about it. So if you guys don't know, that whole segment on The View was about a new documentary that just dropped on Netflix called The Perfect Neighbor, which is about a woman who ended up shooting another woman who was at her door trying to open her door because allegedly her son's iPad was in the other woman's property and she wanted to get it back. And this woman was somebody who was constantly upset with the neighborhood kids. She had a problem with this woman and her kids specifically, and she was a problem child type of woman. She was a nightmare neighbor. And so they were talking about the whole, I guess, the politics of that whole situation and what happened within that documentary. And of course, Sunny being Sunny wouldn't be Sunny if she didn't make it about race. And so because the woman who was killed was black and the woman who was shooting was white, of course, in Sunny Hostin's mind, it was only and solely about race, even though her own co-host corrected her and said this.
Is that there was black mother whose kids were constantly targeted by this white woman because this was a racial bias crime, and she went up.
Wait, I wanted to ask you something. Do you think that if those kids were white, she wouldn't have been so?
It was mixed kids.
It was
the kids in the neighborhood were all different.
Race,
But who cares? Who cares? Because the optics matter more. Now, I didn't watch the Netflix documentary, but I have heard of this story. I did watch the interrogation a couple of months back of this same woman, and there definitely are a lot of red flags with this lady. But I will say I am weary about any Netflix documentary ever since their hit Making a Murderer went viral on Netflix. And the only reason why is because Candace Owens exposed that documentary a couple of years back. And it was revealed that the producers on Netflix purposefully were editing things to make the cops look really bad. And they had an agenda. And it was to free this man who absolutely was guilty. It was to free him and to frame the cops. And there was a lot of information that was left out of that documentary on purpose to get the audience angry and upset.
Coming up on Convicting a Murderer. How were these filmmakers able to convince so many people that a man like Stephen Avery is innocent?
And so I move with caution when it comes to Netflix and their documentaries, because they are known for exploiting and doing clickbait type of documentaries that don't really tell the full story. But I have not watched this documentary, so I'm not judging it yet. I'm just saying, move with caution. But regardless, this is more so about Sunny Hostin and how she tries to make everything about herself. So she's saying in that clip that, and I don't believe the story at all, that she went to the police in her area, in her all-white neighborhood area, and she brought her son. She dragged her son with her and said, "This is my black son. Don't you dare harass him if he's running around. He's not a thug." And she pretty much warned them and said, "He's mine, he's mine." Now, this story seems to be so fabricated, in my opinion, because if she had done this, what if she had said this when it happened? Why is she sharing it now that it is convenient to this documentary series about a woman getting killed? And allegedly, because of Sunny Hostin, it's due to her being a black woman. See, Sunny Hostin is a typical race hustler, somebody who continuously loves to inflame the idea of race in everything. Even when it's not truly present, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to make it about me. What I found most funny about that entire story that she was telling is the fact that, first of all, you're so pro-black, right? You're so like, white people are the enemy, white people are bad white people. But you choose to live in an all-white neighborhood by choice. By choice. Because nobody forced you to live there, right? You chose to move your family to an all-white neighborhood. So what does that say about you, rich lady? Out of all the places, you decided to live only with white people. But why would you do that? if you're so about being pro-black and white people are so bad and poor oppressed black people, we need reparations, even though her own ancestors were the people enslaving black people.
Wow. I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, you know, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah. So how are you feeling?
And then let's talk about her son. Her son, who she says is just a poor black boy who's a victim of statistics. Well, her poor black son, who she feels afraid for, is a Harvard graduate student. Harvard. He didn't go to the HBCU, an all-black school. No, he went to Harvard. Harvard. Now, look, I'm not saying he didn't earn his way into that school. He could have had great grades. He could have been a great student. I don't know. But the fact that his mom is Sunny Hostin, I'm guessing has something to do with his admission. I'm just saying. But the overall point is, here you have a woman who is cosplaying as an offended black woman who feels oppressed. Meanwhile, she has a son who has gone to Harvard, and she lives in an all-white neighborhood, in a rich white neighborhood by choice. But every second she gets, she has to remind us that she's black. And she's so scared. And my poor children, my poor, rich, privileged children who live in an all-white neighborhood, who have access to everything, my poor children. And the icing on the cake, of course, is Joy Behar. Joy Behar, who happens to make the comment about Stand Your Ground, a law here in Florida that protects people with self-defense. In the event of someone trying to break into your home or trying to hurt you, you have the right to defend yourself. And you won't go to prison for it if it is proven that you were trying to defend yourself. And here's Joy Behar, of course, with her clickbait liberal self, making it all about, oh my God, the travesty. Florida's so backwards. This stand your ground law. How dare people defend themselves? How dare they? Now look, can people abuse that law? Absolutely. But when that happens, trust and believe they get exposed. And when they get exposed, they go to prison. It's called the law. It's called an investigation. But to be upset with Florida because we have a stand your ground law that protects people from intruders, from being attacked, is absolutely ridiculous. You damn straight I agree with the stand your ground laws here in Florida because it protects people and it stops criminals from doing crazy things because they know in the state of Florida, unlike the liberal state, we might just bust a cap in your ass. Literally. But that's the view. Their view is one view, the liberal view. And that's it. Now, I am going to watch the documentary, The Perfect Neighbor on Netflix, to give it a chance to see what it's about, to see if they're actually going to tell the full story or not. I don't know. But again, this video isn't about the documentary. This video is about the hypocrisy of Sunny Hostin and how she likes to make everything about race and race hustling for the benefit of her cause, to sell books. And I just find it hilarious to me. Absolutely hilarious that she, a rich, wealthy woman living in a gated white community with a Harvard graduate son, is talking about how fearful she is because her child has to jog in an all-white neighborhood and he may be shot and killed. Lady, please. Again, if you were so afraid of white people and white neighborhoods and white communities, why wouldn't you, with your rich self, just build a home away from everyone else? Or build a whole community just for black people so you can feel safe? She won't do that because then she would have nothing to complain about. See how that works? Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this video and what you think of Sunny Hostin's comments regarding her son. Do you believe her when she says that she went to the police station and brought her son in and said, he's mine, don't touch him? Something tells me that story is false. Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoy my content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I post a brand new video. And I promise I will try my best to post more frequently, long-form videos. But in the meantime, check out my shorts because they are a lot and they go viral. So watch them. Until next time.